Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a little tutorial video on the Spring Dynamics thing script, because people in the comments asked about it, and yeah, they wanted a bit more details, so I'm gonna show you basically how I personally set this up. For now I have a base scene in Des Studio open, one Genesis female, very simple clothing, so you can actually see most of this. The hair is the Dutch braid, and you can see it has a few bones, so this hair is actually riggable, or is rigged and is posable. And yeah, in this tutorial I want to show you how I put the script on the hair and on the pectoral bones in the front. So step one, we need an animation. I'm going to be very simple and do an animation light. We're going to start this animation. We're going to stop this animation. If we play this until the very end, we have the wrong stop motion. Okay, we need the other one. And now let's see if this works as intended. No, it doesn't. I think it's still the wrong one. Yeah, I think this one is the one we need. Let's put these together. Yeah. Okay. Now we have a very simple walk animation. The feet look a bit weird. I don't know why this is, but so far we're fine with this. Next step, we're going to need this on the timeline, which we will simply do by right-clicking in the general animate light bar and say bake to studio keyframes. This will take a few moments, and then he put everything in the timeline. So what it does is it bakes every single frame in the animation. This is fine. Yeah, and this is our base animation. If we let it run, you can see the hair is not moving and the pectoral bones are not moving by themselves. So next step, we're going to grab the first bone of the braid top. Let me show this in more detail. So this is the first bone. Right above it is the head, and this is the first of the bones that we want to have the the script on. So I do not find the script on Smart Content. I have to go to Content Library. This is a different tab. Des Studio Formats, My Des 3D Library, and then under Scripts, Utilities, 3D Universe, I find the Spring Dynamic. There's Show Help, and there is the actual Spring Dynamic script. Both are scripts, but one has the question mark, which is the Show Help thingy, and we want the Spring Dynamics. If I double click this, with the bone selected, mind you, this extra window pops up. It asks me the animation range, so we want this from animation from frame 0 to the final frame. We want to create a keyframe every 2 animation frames. This is fine, which means every second keyframe will be altered. This is absolutely fine. And now we have spring settings and effect settings. I have not played around with effect settings. They are basic or almost not. I will explain them anyhow. Spring settings. You have the strength. This is how strong the bone is moving in the process. The stiffness and damping is basically the other result of it. Stiffness means how stiff is the bone, how strongly is it tied to its base position, to its starting position, and damping basically just blocks the movement a bit. This is not these. So reset, this is the standard setting. We have a strength of 70% and stiffness and dampening of 20%. The effect settings include follow, means all the other nodes will follow. Basically, let me close this and show this in the scene tab. If I open all the braids, the braid has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different bones, and if I only apply this to the top braid bone, then only the top braid bone will move and the rest will be static and childed to the braid top. So if I open the activate the include follow, then all the other nodes, so braid 1, 2, 3, 4 and braid end, will also have an animation, and this will lag by 1 frame for each subsequent bone, which will make it more natural because the hair flows. Retain frame 0 pose of follow nodes means that all the nodes that are included will try to revert to their 0 position, to the starting position. So basically, this is the default position of the braid. It's just lying straight down, and the whole thing will try to come back to this 0 motion. If I unclick this, if I remove the the check mark, then it will just stay in whatever position it is in. This tends to be very weird. And save settings and exit just means that if I close this, it will save the settings, which is why I had to reset this in the first place. The effect shows you how strong the thing is. So if I increase strength and if I remove the dampening, you can see that this whole graph changes wildly. Yeah, let's apply this and see what it does. Okay, so now if we go out, we can already see that the braid is moving and it's flowing behind her. It's a very strong flow. If we look at this, this is a very strong flow. Like, for this to actually happen this strongly, you'd have to run. Like, I had long hair once. Actually, I did, and to have my hair like fly after me like this, I would have to be really fast. Usually I wasn't, unless I was on my bike. Anyway, this is not a problem. We can just open string dynamics again, and now we're gonna play around with the settings. If I remember right, I had about half the strength, roundabout. Let's apply this and see, and yeah, it is a bit less, but it's not really that much less. So what we also want is a strong dampening, which means that the animation basically becomes shorter. Yeah, if we put this here, you see that this becomes shorter. We apply this again. You can see that there's less like up and down now. It's less wavy. It is still wavy, but it is less so. So let's ramp up stiffness. And stiffness is like the alteration to the 0 position. And now This should be around about where we want it. It is still flowy. So I think a good idea at this point would be to remove the Dutch braid. Tag on the Dutch braid if we can find it. Yeah, now it's reset again. Grab the first braid. And again, apply this with these settings around 28% strength, 73% stiffness, and 74% dampness. Okay. Let's see. And now you can see that it actually is way less strong. So if you apply the wrong metrics, you have to apply this from scratch. But in this case, you can see that applying a different strength, a different dampness, a different stiffness yields the results we want. In this case, that the hair is less extreme wavy, right? It is there, but it is not as strong. This is about as strong as it would probably get if she walked like this. It's I think it's still a bit strong, but it's fine. Okay. Next, we're going to grab our Genesis to female. We're going into shaping. Going to make sure we actually have something to work with. And I know I'm absolutely overshooting this here, but this is fine. Ooh, I really overshot this. Okay. Let's go into filament, so we have like an idea. Yeah, this is a lot. And this at least means we get some bounciness. We're going to grab both pectoral bones from Genesis to female in the scene tab. Because they're not parented to each other, we have to grab both individually. Content library, we are opening Spring Dynamics again. And now, again, I for a not realistic animation, but for the animation you might want with this, or I might want with this, I would like suggest the same settings. Just to show you what happens, we're going to completely overshoot this. Okay, reset. And apply this. And this will break the scene. Right now, I will break the scene. I will not be able to undo this very quickly, I think. Okay, let's apply. And let's see what happens. Let's. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. If we go into iRay, let's see if he can actually render this. I don't think so. Yeah, no. But you can see how the whole thing moves. This is something that I encountered with this script, and this specific with the pectoral bones application is that a lot of the movement is sideways, very much sideways, to the point of this is not how this works sideways, but this is how it is. You can you cannot, or you can try to, for example, lock the parameter settings. You use the limits of 0 and 0. Right, so there's no side. Parameter settings, use limits 0 and 0. Now let's see. And we're going back to filament because it renders it better. And there is still some, but it is very, very small. And if we just apply the dynamics effect again, apply effect, exit. Oh, right, we should select both of these. Apply effect, exit. You will see that it is like even stronger. This is because it adds it on top of the other one. So yeah, at some point you will break your animation. So again, if you want a kind of realistic setting, low strength, high stiffness, high dampening, and then you might have some actual working jiggle physics. Yeah, and that's it for this video. I hope this is about what you wanted. Yeah, I tried to explain the spring settings, the effect settings a bit. Yeah, this graph basically just shows you how strong this is, so by messing with these values you can like set around about what you want. And I think I just applied this to the Genesis female. Oops. Oh yeah, I did. Noise. Yeah, you can easily break your whole thing with this, so please don't try to break this as much as I did. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, then tell me in the comments. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.